This conference will now be recorded.
Sorry. Welcome to everybody. Would everyone please rise for the pledge and invocation?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's pray. Dear God, Heavenly Father, as we come to the close of another fiscal year, we want to thank you for your guidance and help throughout the year to make Boonsboro successful. Oh Lord, as we go into the new fiscal year starting next month, be with us and guide us, and we do everything in a godly manner and to the best for the residents of Boonsboro and the town of Boonsboro. Be with each and every one of us, and Lord, again, we pray for peace throughout the world and our country. So God bless us all. Amen. I guess it's all right to go ahead and move on until he shows up.
I guess so. I mean, I emailed him on Thursday to remind him, and he said yes, that he would be here, so. Kevin Tucker.
Swearing in of the three of us. He was, last time he did it, he had 2 or 3 other municipalities he was trying to squeeze in one night. Good. This review of the minutes for our Mayor's Council regular meeting on May the 13th. Has everybody had a chance to review them?
I have a correction. Sorry, no, I was not in attendance at the public hearing.
Okay,
I wanted to make sure I say that in public, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Remember, I had to work, so I was here late, and then I don't know whether you want to put in the minutes for the regular meeting, like, you arrived late, because I arrived right after the missed copy, so I didn't get to vote on minutes or treasurer report.
Okay.
But like I didn't, there wasn't any other motions or things that I was excluded from. I was late getting here because of work.
So I'll make a motion to approve the minutes with the amendment.
Correct in that, yeah, I was here and arrived late.
Here we have a motion and a second with the corrected minutes. Mary Lee was late, correct. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same, abstain, motion carries. Treasurer's report.
Sure. Okay, so the general fund at the end of May shows a balance of $1,944,878.04. The water fund shows a balance at the end of May of $592,063.03. And the sewer fund had a ending balance of $367,189.48. In the CDs, these are all town CDs. At the end of May, we had a balance of $2,329,485.39. We also have other funds. The restricted funds money market account has a current balance of $2,616,532.05. The American Rescue Funds has an ending balance of $2,374,006.20. The water fund user fees account has an ending balance of $546,635.46. And the sewer fund user fee account ending with $102,841.79. And that is all of our current funds.
I have a question, sorry, I just noticed it. So we got a connection for the water for the Center Street, but not sewer?
Yes.
It's only connecting to water? Or they just had only paid? Just
I
paid
questioned Brian on that too. So he did recognize the water connection, The sewer connection to be recognized in June.
Okay,
So,
okay.
yep, you're right. Thank you.
All that.
I asked him that question today.
You know me.
No.
I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
I'll make that motion.
Have a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Opposed, the same. Abstaining, motion carries. Thank you, Kevin. Kevin, where would you like to do it? Wherever you.
Honest, that's up.
How you want to do it? One at a time or all three?
I'll swear you in and I'll show you. So I apologize.
Oh, you're
Out
fine.
of track.
It's Boonesboro?
No, 170, getting. I was ready to carry out. I figured you would go right around. So if you'll raise your right hand and affirm after me, you Howard Long swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States, will be faithful, and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland, support the Constitution and laws. No, you're just going to affirm after. Oh, okay. Constitution and laws thereof, and that you will, to the best of your skill and judgment, diligently and faithfully, without partiality or prejudice, execute the office of Mayor of Boonesboro, Maryland, according to the Constitution and laws of the state. Yeah, I've given up on that. And I just need to stay sure.
Not really.
Congratulations.
Yes, yeah, that works. So you just affirm after, you're not going to take your feet off.
Okay.
Sure. Do swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and be faithful, and that you will be faithful, bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland, support the Constitution and laws thereof. And that you will, to the best of your skill and judgment, diligently and faithfully, without partiality or prejudice, execute the office of council member of the town of Boonesboro, Maryland, according to the Constitution and laws of the state.
Thank you.
Right there.
I mean, where you guys did that, right?
Elizabeth.
That's it. Last time you had somebody else.
Yeah, it's odd, they're on different, kind of on different lines. But, wondering, Keatonville is usually pretty close to you guys. Bumpstown was about 3 weeks ago.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for being patient.
Oh, no problem at all.
Have a good evening. Howard, they must have something good over there because all the audience is on this side. Okay. Confused. Yeah, please speak.
There's no public signatures, so nobody's signed up for public comments. So we're going to facilities report. Public Works, great.
Mayor's attorney to see.
The sewer collection side has been quiet, everything's been good. The water distribution side, we had 4 shutoffs, Boonesboro, 1 in Keysville. There's 1 still not on, but it's a church that nobody really goes to up top of Lincoln Avenue. Yeah. And on the public works side, I ordered the new swing set for beside the building 4 and 5. It should be here soon. As soon as it gets here, we'll get it installed. The carnival actually turned out pretty good this year, except for all the hydraulic oil spilled everywhere. I mean, we was able to clean it up out in the park itself. You guys see all the straw down there, that's what we actually dug the dirt out, put new dirt back in. The parking lot's a mess, I don't know what y'all gonna do with it. It was state drops put on it the day after it happened. So that's why Perry was saying about the dirt, that's why we didn't put it down, because it was already soaked into the blacktop.
So is that the
That's the right.
ride company, as I'm saying, do you think like we can make a claim with them?
That's what I know already. So to me, I would charge ride.
we've charged Right Hopper before for the damages in the park, so, you can get a hold of Mary Jane and find out who to contact. We'll get it fixed, but they're gonna pay for it.
Yeah, we can't just come in and clean it in spot. We can't just put steel down in different spots because it'll still look like crap. Yeah, if it was me, I'd make them seal the whole parking lot. The whole park, we just paint that park every year.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't, but the proper way it needs to be cleaned and then sealed.
Clean, sealed, and restriped.
Yeah, that's
All
what-
our arrows are messed up, the stop sticks are messed
I
up.
know.
We can let these companies come here. I know it's for the ambulance company, but we can't let them.
No, we can't.
Well, I'm sure they have liability insurance, or, you know what I mean, insurance for things like that. Something that they didn't intentionally.
Well, when they did spill it, they were told about it, told to clean it up. Instead, they drove through it and walked through it.
That's the worst part. They clean up right away.
They cleaned up right away, like when Greg told them about it. It wouldn't be in the mess it is now. So I have a motion to give Greg permission to, get a price and notify.
Already got a price.
I have a motion to have Greg get it done.
Well, you better find out the procedure for getting.
I'll send you a price and then, but it'd be nice to get
Mary,
I'll give you another price.
Mary Lee, last year's we billed them and they have paid for the damage.
Okay, I just thought, we gotta check to see if there's anything special you gotta get.
I'm gonna tell you the price out loud, because Terry's gonna have Antina come down and give me another price so we can get it somewhat comparable.
Okay, because I was getting ready to ask.
I do have the price. If you want to decide, just let me know. I'll give it to you. I'll send you the quote.
All right, so are you telling Greg to reach out to Mary Jane? Is that how you want to
Yep,
handle
and I can reach out to Mary Jane and find out Right Hopper's contact so we can get this straightened out, get it fixed.
it? Do you have any trouble tracking her down?
That's no problem.
I just talked to her the other day. She did come in and clean her pavilion up, and she cleaned the walkway up pretty good.
Yeah, it does look better.
But hers was only cooking.
Yes, yes. I just want to tell you all, because, we've been walking. The park looks wonderful. I didn't realize that you had to dig out hydraulic oil, and put dirt in. I just thought you filled in like ruts. and things.
Yeah, from the rain.
And that dirt goes up the cleaner. You can't even dump that all.
The park looks amazing. Thank you.
Again, do I have a motion to give Greg permission to pursue with this? Do I have a second?
One more, I got one more thing I heard for you.
Before we vote,
Y'all good?
all in favor, give Greg permission to get the parking lot down at the park fixed. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carries.
I'm saying,
Oh,
Okay, Greg.
The next thing is the lead and copper that we talked about last month. We went to Keysville. They got prices. EADS group come in at 15,730. EA is 6,000, but all that is to review. They're not doing any work. That's me and a vet trying to finish it by October and just going over here. 120 water is $12,650. Again, these people never showed up, never talked to anybody from the town, me, a vet. And then the last one's WRA, 113,000. So me and a vet would like to recommend EADS at 15,730. They actually came down, they looked at all her documents, they looked at all my paper documents, and they said there's no hidden fees inside. That's their price to finish this out. And it is a live document. This thing, we have to update this every year for the next 10 years.
Just
is
have.
that who Keysville's using?
Yeah.
I think Keysville's using 120 water,
Okay.
but they're out of like Illinois, so they never even showed up. They never,
Okay.
next person they contacted was Jerry. That's the next person they contacted.
Because at the water board meeting, we tried to say that we wanted to try to do both towns with the same vendor, but. So are we gonna reach out to Keysville, just let them know?
They voted the other day at their meeting to do what we was gonna do. They want to use 120 water, but me and that's not comfortable with 120 water.
Okay.
They never
Never
contacted.
showed up.
How they give us a price for $12,000 according to what documentation we have?
Okay. All right.
These guys were pretty sharp when they met. with
This company's out of Pennsylvania, that EADS group.
Yes.
So we like to just go ahead and give them everything we got, them scan everything in. I got thousands of pages of paper documents. They're gonna scan all that in. We'll have all that in our GIS eventually.
Do I have a motion to give Greg's permission with, go with
EADS group.
What do you do?
Yes.
It's letting copper test and it has to be done by
I'll make a
October.
motion that we allow Greg to go with the EASD.
EADS. Good.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same, abstained, motion carries. Anything else, sir?
That's it. Thank you.
Pete, wastewater.
Wastewater side, where everything's doing pretty good. We did have a power storage from the electricity, from the thunderstorms we had last weekend, which done some damage to the main computer board in there. That took out a module card that we had to replace. No big fee, it was only $500, thank God it was that, but it was a big part that runs, makes part of the plant, so. But we got that repaired, it's fixed. Other than that, everything else on that side's doing good. Water side's running real good and smooth, no problems there. Phillips should be back by the end of this week or next week to hook the stuff back up to the well and start doing some more of the testing. So we try to get that complete and get it out of the way.
Is that the dry or the wet?
No.
Is that the dry or the wet stuff?
Whatever, depends what the weather's going to be. We still gotta do one each still. Right. We got 2 complete of the 4. We still gotta do a dry test and a wet test.
Still scheduled for tomorrow morning and third and Wednesday.
And also for the wastewater side, I got hold of Mr. Nazi from MDE. He's coming up Wednesday at 10 o'clock to take a tour of all the stuff that's been done. And then he's gonna go back down to them and have their meeting again, and see what they need to do to finally issue us our permit. But there's gonna be some stipulations to that permit when we do get it. We're not gonna be able to haul any of the solids away and do, well, we'll be able to take it to the dump, but we won't be able to have Senator come take it or anybody like that until they figure out what they're gonna do with this PFAS stuff.
We haven't, we've been negative on PFAS, correct?
We have, but still the whole state's gonna hold on everything. They really don't even want to give the permit, but like I told him, we talked about this a year ago. He told me we're already good for the permit. I told him that we have a drying facility where we can put the stuff in for 6 months to a year until they get it figured out. We don't haul, if we have to haul it away, we'll take it to the dump if we have to, but we shouldn't, like I told him, we'll have up to a year holding facility there. We should be good by the time they find for what we want to do.
He's coming Wednesday at 10
Yeah.
and 6 o'clock.
Yeah, he said that they had problems in the designs of what they was thinking of still gonna be liquids. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. He wasn't thinking right. So I told him that, we had a fan press in and that's why he wants to come up and see how it all operates and see how it all is gonna work out. And then he said, I'll go from there and no issues up on that.
So just to reiterate, the MDE's gonna be there on Wednesday, the 12th at 10 o'clock.
Yep.
And then the mayor and council is invited to the wastewater treatment plant on the 12th at 6 PM
Right, for that.
for the demo of the dewatering press. And then I assume we're gonna have our meeting there. We haven't figured that out. Maybe I'll get with you before Wednesday.
Okay.
Anything else, please?
No, that's it. Everything's good.
So I have any questions? Yeah, plan. Group. Okay.
You all have the information for the monthly reports on both the planning and zoning. Again, I don't want to read the reports here. You have a lot of things to go through this evening. The only thing I do want to report specifically and point out, I think it's important to note, because it does have a financial impact as well as other impacts as well. And that is that we have talked about in the past that Battlefield Estates has an approved set of plans, has been approved for quite some time. They are moving forward. So all their plans that they originally submitted to Washington County have expired. So now they're trying to get those permits renewed, and then they're planning on moving forward. So again, just want to keep you aware of that. That's going to take a little while. That's going to have an effect, obviously, on traffic on Orchard Drive. It's going to be coinciding in all likelihood with our reservoir work at the same time. In some ways, that's good. We have excess fill we have to get rid of up there. They have fill they need. They might be able to help save us some money, so that may not necessarily be a bad. But it's just something to keep your all's eye on. The other thing of high note that I know people have asked about many times, I did get a call. Told you I ran into the president of Hive out there. They are moving forward. They're planning on submitting a revised site plan. They're going to get rid of the car wash, and he wants to put in the high diesel pumps. Because what he saw when he was out there was all the tractor, all the cars, all the big trucks. And he knows that just like at ACT in the morning, all your buses, all your big rigs go there because, it fills their tanks much faster. They don't have the limits on their debit cards and stuff like that, so it makes them move a lot faster. He was just standing up there at the roundabout, just watching all the construction vehicles going by. He's like, wow. I said, you really think that's up to you? It doesn't matter. your whole site's impervious, so it doesn't really matter what you do. But I said, the only thing I've heard about, a wash area is not a drive-through. That he would probably be better if he had something where tractor trailers could go in, where it's just a pressure wash. They can wash the trucks down. So we'll see what the site plan says. They have an approved site plan from the town today. They can start. They're in the same position as Battlefield Estates and Easter Days. Their plan's expired at the county, so now they're having to update all that stuff there. But he felt pretty strongly about this and said he was willing to resubmit another site plan. I told David doing it this month. I haven't seen it yet, but they're coming out for a meeting next week, so.
One question. We're approved here, county is not. The county just did a regrouping of convenience stores and all that, and I don't know if that's gonna affect their high flow gas, I don't know. And that goes into effect, I think, July 1.
The county's the only review authority they have is their stormwater management and sediment erosion. They have no zoning control whatsoever. That is within the town. So they may comment on it. And it would be, thank you very much for your comment. We'll take into consideration, but it's not their call.
Which it comes out, I think, is the truck stops.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yes,
convenience
yes,
stores, truck stops, they did a reorganization on the whole thing.
But that's, but that way, I don't think that involves us at all, does it, too? No.
Well, he said that it's in the town, so. Okay.
That's your response. Yeah.
The other item I'll bring to your attention, we did get the auction house to submit a site plan. So we're going through the number of parking spaces. I'm trying to get information from them about all intended uses. That needs to go before the planning commission. So if you have a restaurant there, you have Goodwill, you have an antique store, you have a lot of different things. So our zoning code gives us a way to calculate the number of parking spaces. But you also have to take into account what are the hours of operation. Right? For example, Goodwill is not open at 9 o'clock at night. It doesn't really matter. So there's sort of a game you've got to play, and he wants to add more parking in the back and actually strike it all off. So you can have it, but what I'm working with him is, I want to know about your events and what you're planning with your events. What type of events are you having? And meeting with Mr. Petrio, well, it'll be a combination. I said, well, I kind of need to know, because here's the reason why. If you're going to have someone on an acoustic guitar playing music while people are sitting around at the brewery, having a drink out on a back patio, no big deal. You're not creating. If you're gonna have a band and you're gonna sell tickets and you're gonna sell 300 tickets, that we gotta know. That we gotta know. Now, if you're gonna, and again, all of this is order of magnitude. If you're gonna have one big event a year and that's it, work with the town will probably work with you. If you're going to have one every Friday and Saturday night of the summer, that's a completely different world.
And
so-
Monday, no nights
Yeah.
off limits.
So that's, and what are the hours of operation? I mean, again, it's in a commercially zoned section. There's really not a lot of residential houses around there, but you have to be cognizant of the traffic and those kind of things. So I've explained to them that they need to submit the site plan because it's going to affect their ability to get tenants moving forward, et cetera. So we're getting in there, okay? So we're getting in there. So any other questions on that?
Not on that, but we've got more new code.
Go right ahead.
I was gonna ask any movement on the Fox Gap.
Fox Gap, they had to submit plans back to the county to get them renewed. But the engineer that did the original plans will not work with them due to non-payment issues, refuses to work with them. They had to find another engineer. They found one, they submitted plans, they're under review at the county right now. They have sent submittals for review that both Greg and I have reviewed. Yes, water and sewer, manholes. We had to correct a number of things, so they're putting in the right stuff. So it's moving forward, but they cannot start work until we get their permits from the county, which realistically is probably another 2 to 3 weeks. And you've seen some material out there. They had some material delivered. Don't get confused with their attempts to make hay, because that's going on at the same time. It's not construction. Not really sure what's happening. If that's a brown bale out there, Greg, I've never seen anything like that in my life. But anyway, there's sort of a fiasco going on up there making hay, which is kind of fun. Anyway. The only thing I can tell you is that there have been a number of people in and out of there putting in shelving and doing other things. So there's been cars and activities and stuff going on inside. I did meet with the postmaster and I did explain to her that they are going to be extending that road and putting utilities in, and it's really important. I know when you guys are going to open and when you're going to move so that we can accommodate the truck traffic, et cetera, and not impede your ability to open. So I gave her my business card with my cell phone number. I said, please call me as soon as you know. She says, you know I don't make the decision. I said, I know you don't. And the second you find out, if you let us know, then we can make sure that things are in place for you to be able to get in there. There's no inconvenience. So she has it. Hopefully she calls me. But like I said, cable's there now and there's been people in and out. So I would say realistically, it's going to happen sometime this summer.
Talking to Cassie, they haven't been given the exact date, but they're probably looking for sometime in July. So that would be nice. And they normally do it on holidays, so they might do it in July.
Yeah, they've been expecting it January.
You don't get your hopes up.
Yeah.
You didn't say which.
That's exactly right, Cindy, which July.
The only other thing on the zoning thing that I do want to bring to your attention is the exhaust fans on 23 South Main Street. There's a business owner that installed exhaust fans, and you know the houses are very, very, very close to each other, and basically installed an exhaust fan, basically right into a guy's patio, deck area. Turns out, I have a permit from the county, so I've notified the county is looking into it. I have not heard back from the chief of permitting yet to what they found out, but they have no permit for it. So I snapped pictures, sent it to them, said I've got no record of issuing a zoning certificate for this property. She goes, the only permit we have is to install propane gas. That is not propane gas. And then, of course, then that triggers, well, why did you put an exhaust fan in? What did you change inside of your business of operation that you now need an exhaust fan? Is that a change of use? Is that now fine? It just, it starts to name a whole bunch of other questions because you just don't know. You know, it's one thing if you sell food that's in packaged goods, and it's, you know, chips and it's the M&Ms and stuff, that's one thing. You start putting fryers, you start cooking, you start having broilers, that changes a whole lot of things. And I know a lot of business owners and I know a lot of people get frustrated at the cost associated with doing these fire prevention things. But by the same token, I think we all remember back in the history books 100 years ago, towns burned down all the time. It was quite a frequent occurrence until they started putting a lot of these fire regulations in, and a lot of it, I mean, look at the experiences in Boonesboro's happening. Your whole downtown did not go up. You know, it was contained. It was terrible, but it was contained.
The firewall is not.
Well, we need to go back
You
further
shut
than
that
that.
down temporarily?
I asked the county to investigate.
You did,
First investigate, find out what's going on.
you did the right thing. They're professionals and they know how to do it. Let them handle it.
Well, and the exhaust fan is not running.
Okay.
But how did you install an exhaust fan without an electrical permit? And what are you doing that requires an exhaust fan that you didn't before? That's the bigger question. And that's more of a life safety fire issue than it has to do with, the guy's deck is an issue. Don't misunderstand me. That's a zoning concern. But the bigger concern is what are you doing inside? And do you have the protections that you need?
They're professionals. Things like that. They handle it every day. So if you have anything, but I should.
I haven't any, I have been warned. Why, before I go and talk to her, I would like to have all the facts from all sides.
She's added an all-you-can-eat buffet with live music to her format, so.
Again, want to work with businesses, not trying to be difficult, but you do have to weigh it with this, especially in the downtown, when you have living homes right next to businesses. There is a give and take, and I think we all understand that. But this exhaust fan, I'm not talking about an exhaust fan like this. I'm talking about one about this big around, it's about 6 feet up the side of the building. I mean, it's a commercial size, huge exhaust fan. So again, it's the resident that brought it to our attention, but there's potentially a much more important safety issue that we need to get. Again, let us get the facts, let us see what's happening before we walk in. I'm just letting you aware of it, that will be delved into in more detail this year. That just came up at the end of this.
Did you meet with Mr. Michael?
Mr. McElwee, I've not met with him personally yet, no. No, he is considering the offer. So,
I got 2 questions for you.
yes, sir.
I know you want to know how big the report. So you said there was a potential issue of being south, coming up or something?
Yes, so what they have is the top section of Dean South. Let me see if I have.
That would be the north section of being south.
Wasn't gonna say that.
Here's the propane plant.
It's thinking. Okay. So do you see, this is where Chase 6 comes along and we'll tie in. These houses here and these houses here are the age restricted. Are you with me? 18. See these back here? See this Potomac Edison right away with the high, what is it, 35 kW? They're big lines. I mean, you can hear them rattling and they start making noise. So there's an intentional setback. You can't build within there. They have a couple of houses that they would like to get a Board of Appeals case. They know the lots are too small right now. They sent me the information. I need to review it. I need to see what the variance is that they're asking for. If they're asking for a 2 or 3 foot variance or something, that's probably not unreasonable. If they're asking for a 20-foot variance or a 30-foot variance, then no. You need to find a house that fits in the thing. They have, the way all of these home builders work is they have models that they buy, okay? That's what they do. I'm not worried whether your model fits in our zoning. That's not my problem. But by the same token, if it's within a foot or two or in a small amount, that's why I said there could be a case. I don't know yet until I go through the documents that they just sent, but I want to make it clear. It would go to planning and zoning and be rejected, sent to Board of Appeals with a recommendation from the planning commission. Then the Board of Appeals would hold the case. Case goes with the property, etc.
So the first thing might be it shows up in the plan. Question number 2, back to highways. After the restriction being on the policy, we came up with 3 for them, when they were gonna have a car wash.
He takes out the car wash, it'll probably drop it down to 2.
That's what I was wondering. Good. We'll see.
Anything else?
Anybody else?
Could that zoning appeal with Dean South affect the Chase 6 realignment?
No, they want to encroach on the front property boundary because they can't go against the easement that's where the electric is. They can't go into that. They do not allow.
Okay.
So they want to come closer to the front of the road. Again, what are you asking? If you're asking a distance where the driveway's not long enough to have the car park in the driveway without the rear end hanging out, and I'm not talking about. Exactly. These are the things that we want to look at. Again, Does 2 or 3 feet matter in that scenario? Generally, no, but I need to see what they're doing. And they sent me a whole package, so I it's the guy, he's the contract purchaser, so it's called Richmond American Homes.
And is Potomac Edison involved with that as well?
Yes, I just saw comments to be in our design group. I was copied on it about Chase 6 and the stormwater management pond under the right of ways, and they're talking.
Okay.
Nothing's been like, there's a problem, it's just like, Potomac Edison is very particular about what goes underneath those lines.
Absolutely.
They're very, very particular. And there's a stormwater management pond that's encroaching under it, they're asking questions about it, what's the maintenance, they just don't want somebody coming in there and hit their lines. So, progress, I didn't see anything that was like, oh my God, it's a huge problem.
Okay.
Anybody else have any other questions? Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please, Brian.
Yeah, so I'll just go over the top right here real quick. There was 98 calls for service, 7 being 18 counted with motor vehicles, 3 parking citations, 4 adult arrests, 1 paper arrest, 2 adult traffic arrests, and no juvenile criminal. Just the top 5 there, the noteworthy arrests. There was 2 DUIs, 1 on 5-4 and 1 on 5-21, top and bottom. The other, the on 5-5, that was a multiple theft case that Tom charged, Officer Moretti charged with 3 counts and arrested him on 3 different, basically arresting documents. On 5-18 there was an assault which resulted in an arrest. That was on 2 South Main. And then 305 Chieftain Lane, that was a violation of protective order. I meant to tell you, Amy, I read that report. That guy has ties to the Norseman Motorcycle Club. I dealt with him when I was at NTF. Yeah, so not a very big guy, but he was a Sharpsburg kid that bought his way in, tried to buy his way into the Norseman after he had some type of accident in the construction thing. This is probably going back 10, 12 years. So, but he
He's
does have
continuing
ties.
to harass her, so that's gonna be an ongoing thing.
Yes, he lived in Hancock for a while, all kinds of charges up there. I think it was in Smithsburg for a while, same deal at Smithsburg, so
Yeah.
he's well known in the county.
It's gonna be an ongoing thing.
So
Okay, Paul.
Norseman's Motorcycle Club, they were kind of founded as a split with Pagans. So they're not an official motorcycle club, but they're still a gang. They used to meet at the Triangle Bar in Hancock, probably about 8 years ago. That's when they come up on NTS radar. So not very big. I think they're kind of out of South Central PA, maybe the Pittsburgh area or a little bit south, I guess, east of Pittsburgh is where the leader was at that time. So, but if you Google them, it'll come up. Yeah. So.
Thank you, sir. Anybody have any questions today?
Hey, maybe I missed it. The 414 North Main, are you allowed to say what the theft was involved in?
That was the overnight one that the county initially handled.
That was the electric light.
Electric bike was, yeah. But Tom, the county caught him sleeping in a vehicle.
Yeah, and then let him go.
Didn't realize it was the guy that committed the 3 thefts from the night before.
That was the Dr. Pepper thing.
Yes.
Yes.
That was it.
Yes.
He stole some sodas out of
Every place he robbed, he left a can of Dr. Pepper.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tom got him the next day, so, yeah.
Along with his fingerprints?
Well, they first denied the charges because the e-bike didn't match the description.
It was something silly.
It
Yeah.
absolutely matched. Like I've read the reports and I read the.
Probable cause. They said he didn't have
Yeah,
probable
didn't-
cause, and
didn't
he's
have
like,
PC to make the arrest of the e-bike. We ran it back through.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Anybody have any correspondence from the mayor and council?
Well, Mayor, we wanted to talk about what to do with some of the police vehicles that need retired.
Okay.
oh, So right now, we've got the Impala, which has been debadged and had the equipment taken out that we were gonna turn over to the town. it has, we thought it had an alternator issue, but actually it's just a bad battery. The battery's gonna be replaced and it should be brought down to the town this week, I would think. We've got the white 09 Charger.
What's the year of the Impala? What's the mileage?
It's a 13.
I don't know the mileage.
It's very.
It's very low, but I don't know the mileage.
It's lower than the,
We bought that like 9,000 now.
it was very low.
That was a 13 or 14?
It's a 13. So when we get that, we won't need the Crown Vic that's sitting out there anymore.
Yeah.
I think we all put that out.
I do know somebody that'd be interested in the Crown Vic. Let me know when you want to do bids on that. I will get him up here because he is interested.
Okay.
Then we have an 09 Charger. I don't know the mileage again, Tony. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But it has been decommissioned and it is ready to go bye-bye. It just needs to go bye-bye.
It's junk. Right?
Pretty much.
When it's junk.
Yes,
Yeah, we
it's-
never put it in, it never ran it, yeah.
Yeah, it's rear, no. This is the one of the three that we bought.
Oh, okay.
It's rear wheel drive. The dash lights the dash does not light up anymore. It's got some, well, Greg you even looked at that one. It's got some issues. It just needs to go.
Which one's the fire police interested in?
That one.
Does he know how bad it is?
We've told them.
Fire police better take it real big.
Chargers, I had out the shop, looked at it, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, the Charger's not.
The
I-
thing is, it looks nice.
It looks like a sports car. It does. It does.
So do we want to advertise like for bids like we did with the last
The Tahoe?
vehicle we got rid of? Or how do we want to dispose of these two?
If the fire police is interested, which is a fire police.
We did, the last time we did bids for like a week.
He said.
Just
donate it.
Oh, just donate it.
Just as the town. Well, they want the charge. They want the charge.
They want the Charger.
But maybe they don't know all that.
They do. We've told them that.
They do.
They
Do
do.
they know we're getting rid of another one now?
They don't seem to.
That.
I don't know if they know about the Crown Vic or not. I don't know if they know about that one or not.
Maybe we should let
Well,
them give them an opportunity to look at that as well.
Isn't it cheaper just to let Cochran sell them than put out bid, put an article in the paper and all that?
So last time we didn't put it in the paper. We just advertised on the website and just put the words out. That way we did have,
I thought it was 9 bids.
yeah.
I got it. It's good minute.
Especially if we know someone who's.
Yeah, it's just local.
I would suspect you're not going to get a whole lot of bids, either if you sell either at Cochran's or whatever, because both those vehicles are in. They've been well used. They've been well loved.
So is there a third one or?
No.
Well, the 2013.
So the 13 will
Come to the town.
come here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we contact the fire police and offer them the Charger on their inspection. Otherwise, if they don't accept it, we take sealed bids on it. And I recommend that we advertise bids for the Crown Victoria, but finish letting stuff up at Cochran's and all that, and just let it go that way.
Okay.
If it doesn't sell, you take it.
You don't want the fire police to look at the Crown Vic too, though?
We can, yeah, okay, well, let fire police come, say we have two vehicles, and whatever one they don't take, or if they don't take either one of them, then we'll take bids.
Second.
Sounds good.
We have a motion and a second. Everybody know what you're voting on? All in favor, say aye.
But didn't we donate to the, career study, whatever it's called now?
We were going to with the Tahoe and it fell through.
Okay, I didn't know whether there was interest.
The silver Tahoe that the chief used to drive, we were donating that one because it had major issues. And then it just fell through. We couldn't get the paper, we couldn't get anything going with it.
Okay.
So you guys, that's one that was advertised and bids taken.
Any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same, motion carries. There you go. The old fire police, look at them.
Okay.
Not, Kim will have.
I'll work on that tomorrow.
Thank you. National Road Museum. Upgrade quotes. Dick?
Yes, I was asked to get some quotes for the renovation of the present restrooms that we have there, plus a new handicap restroom. And I sent out the same information to 3 different vendors. And I think you all had that information, probably what was returned to us.
They all did it on the same thing, same fixtures and
Same fixtures, same everything. I had everything listed out, like the American standard and, you know, for each one of them. And everybody got a list.
looks like Cronin Corporation, the lowest bid is $74,827.32. Cal's Construction came in with $121,400. Chuck Carroll Construction, overscheduled additional work on residents projects, not able to get a quote at this time. So we have a motion to accept donations.
Well, I have a question. It says we requested quotes. Do we put out an RFP? Because if the town's paying for this, don't we have to do it?
No.
The town's
This is
not
coming
paying
from
for
a
it.
grant.
Through a grant. And they did an RFP and put it out.
Still a grant. Still have to follow it on.
As long as you get, this is a state grant, and as long as you get 3, or you put out for 3 different bids, and most of the time it's 2 now, but we put out 3, you're okay, you're in line with the grant guidelines.
Okay, we met the grant requirement.
Yes, we did, I made sure of that.
And this was a county grant, was it not?
No, state.
State grant. This was the state grant we got there. This is the same one you all got, yes.
We were gonna ask that question earlier, and I don't know if I have the answers.
How much is the grant for? Is it, is it like a 60/40, 70/30, 90/10?
Oh,
Is it
no,
a certain amount? Is it-
it was a no match grant.
Okay.
The grant was approved for X number of dollars
Yeah,
for this. And there was no matching, and then I think,
We got,
you all got.
we got 90 for the feasibility study. We got money for the website development.
How much is it?
Yeah, ours was 75.
Yeah, so that's, yeah, 75. It's for that Maryland Rural Economic Development. It's a total of 206,000 between the 4 projects that we put in for, with the bathrooms being one of those.
I'm looking.
Breakdown.
Say Maryland Rural Care.
Yeah, it's Maryland Rural Economic Development Commission grant. We had 4 different projects that we put in for, this bathroom was one of them.
I've never seen that on Catherine's list.
The total's 206, I just,
I think that was, in 23, it's applied for.
the funds came like in June.
Yeah, in January, well, it's applied for sometime in 23.
We have in here grant income in our bathroom.
75,000.
Yeah.
I just had to look on the right down, it's 75,000, what you got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that money is, yeah, the city of Maryland.
Yeah.
Yes. A couple $100. Do I have a motion? to
I'll make
accept?
a motion.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Second. Have a motion, a second, any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same, abstained, motion carries.
Thank you.
Dick,
Thank you.
recommendation to extend MTAC contract.
Okay, so we did the 60-day emergency security officer agreement with MTAC from April 25th to June 24th. So it's coming up to either renew it or get rid of it. We're asking to renew it. After speaking to the attorney, she did some research for us. That according to Resolution 1988-9 bidding procedures, which was amended in 2003, Article 4, it falls under Article 4, which is professional services. And services such as attorneys, engineers, appraisers, auditors, and any other service can be exempt from bidding procedures. So the town attorney said that it would be fine to renew rather than place it out for bid. So MTAC provided us with an agreement. It's kind of open-ended. So.
What was the price, Ken, in the 20s?
That's the one thing I don't.
Does the agreement give it flexibility, because as we get police chief hired.
Right, so
staff,
once
they may
we,
wanna
yeah.
increase, decrease,
Yeah.
so we have flexibility.
Dave, you want to put any input?
Yes, I mean, Mike's intention is whatever you guys want, we'll, MTAC will provide. More hours, less days.
So there's nothing written into this agreement that
That it
we're
has to be
required to have
X amount
so many
of
hours. Okay. It's just whatever.
I think we all extend it at least for another 60 days.
Well, what I like to do is, we are, going to be having a police chief interview. We're going to have a police chief interview soon. I want that police chief to be really involved in anything else we do with this. I think it's not only a courtesy, I think it's just common sense. Police chief needs to be involved in this. So I don't want to go out too far. I think they expand it or, retract the thing upon that. I don't know, 60 days is too long.
60 days is probably just about right, because you gotta figure, we do interviews the next couple days. Even if they're already Maryland certified, you're talking about another 30 days to get them through the certification process. So 60 days is probably just about right.
So then they don't have to really get to see what experience is. So
Well, they could-
90?
We could always redo it.
And it's open-ended. It's open-ended.
60 is not.
Right, so, yeah, so the agreement that they gave us this time is open-ended. So we can do it.
So we can- we don't
Mike
have
would,
to-
Mike would like to have probably a 2-week notice if you're gonna end it.
Sure.
But outside of that, it's whatever you.
That's current.
I would make a motion to be extended for 60 days, and it could be reviewed and changed. Yeah. That's a
I think that's enough time, yeah.
So beginning on June 25th.
Beginning June 25th, running 60 days.
Yeah, so put it, I guess, put it back on the agenda for another 60 days, see how it goes from there. But then we'll have a chief.
Well, I could make the motion to extend MTAC's contract until not needed, but give a 2-week notice.
Yeah, just continue with the contract as is and, police chief determine when to terminate.
And we need a 2-week notice.
Well, I think the police chief should recommend the council.
Okay, well,
Discussion.
Agreed.
How many people do you currently have in town?
12-hour shift,
One person?
I mean, it could be split or whatever.
Yeah.
It depends on our staffing, but 12 hours a day right now.
I have to say, from a merchant's point of view, I really have enjoyed having the service in town. They come into the shop, they introduce themselves. They
Thank you.
always say, look for a vehicle, let us know if you need any help, we're here. So I appreciate the on-street presence. That's what I need to say
Thank
to
you.
you.
Very
Thank you.
good.
That,
Very
Fantastic.
good.
That's what we need to
We
do.
got some good
Yes.
guys. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, we really did. I mean, Yeah.
Up to the police chief, but that can be something we can consider, continuing when we have a couple of officers, if we want to have them.
Yeah.
And do exactly what.
Yeah.
Like.
And when we have events in town, might not be a bad idea to bring them to help out.
right.
But, you know,
Traffic and all.
that other bridge we were talking about was the SBA, like actually making it special police officers. If we could get, once that letter goes to the governor and they rule on that, you know, it doesn't do much more other than give that person a rest hour. That's all it really does. It doesn't increase your visibility, but, you know, yeah, at some point, you might want them doing just business hours on Main Street. That's all they do, is literally walk Main Street. I mean, I'm just, you know, whatever, but, you know, I mean, that's what I see it being, the biggest.
It's been nice
that
having the
and Schaefer
parades.
Park. You know.
I say the first time they flew in town, there was 8 of them, I think, and they went to Giovanni's for lunch, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. What the hell, this is Boonesboro, right? But over the course of the last couple of weeks, it's.
We have a motion and a second on the floor to extend, actually indefinitely, and let the chief of police decide, give them 2 weeks notice if and when we want to stop the contract. Correct?
Amend
Amend the contract.
And the police chief will make a recommendation to the council.
To the council. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same, motion carries. Thank you. Resolution 2024-05, Main Street, Maryland. Program.
So I believe this is the final piece for you all to submit your application. It is, they need a resolution from the town saying that we support their program.
So I'd like to add to this, during our last minute, we talked about the Boonesboro Town Alliance's involvement in this program. And we are ecstatic to tell you that we are officially a nonprofit. So that is now in play, and they are an integral part of this program. And we will be making, we'll be figuring out the fine details as we move forward as how this. What would you like to?
And all it took was Michelle Schaefer.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah. Oh, and Marie Oyster apparently did some strong.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll be sure to give her a little.
Finally, yeah, it's very exciting to get that out of the way so they can go forward and some other things.
Yeah.
Progress, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a very basic resolution, just saying that we support their efforts.
Have a motion to accept resolution 2024-05, resolution of the county of Boonesboro to authorize partnership in the Main Street, Maryland affiliate program.
As long as we don't Boonesboro correctly. Is it over the same?
That was nice, too.
There is. Look, I've been, exactly.
Any valve will do.
So I'll fix that and the mayor can sign it tomorrow.
I'll second it.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same, motion carries. Review bids, 2024 milling.
I know.
I know.
Give me a high five on that.
Brady, you got any comments on the milling?
No, we have, like, this last month, Tony just wanted to see the price, how much money we had left in.
Yeah.
How we did. So
Okay.
We're back to this again.
Yeah, so checked with Brian. He said so currently in the highway, the street maintenance fund, we have $45,000 in that. Prior year HUR funding reserves, we have $123,124. And then for fiscal year 24 funding, we have $219,279 for a total of $342,403.
Now, where are you getting this?
That is FY23, we haven't seen. It's not business, it's a different-
That's the next.
Yeah.
But now.
How much is the complete total for everything? Yeah, what's the
Total,
340,000.
yeah.
I might have to take something out of there, too. I had about $12,000 to $15,000 worth of.
Okay, hey, great.
You're good?
Go ahead.
There's something, I'll have to take something out of there. One of the streets will have it now. We have around $12,000 to $15,000 worth of patching that needs done for Morgan's.
Okay.
Two on State Highway, a couple here, running on St. Paul Street. So I'll just have to remove one of them streets out there to give them patching.
Okay. As much as I hate to say this, like I told you before, Della Lane, it's nice to have that fixed up, but until they stop running big heavy trucks and manure up that road until they get another entrance built into their farm, it's a waste of money.
That's not what you're thinking about, Aaron. That's actually all the way in the back, it's patching.
Oh, the back there in the back.
Yeah.
Okay.
The road's falling apart from the trash trucks back here, so that's all the way, back where Kid lives at. Back where Chris Kid lives at.
Oh, okay. I know where you're talking about now.
Yeah, that's not repaving the street.
Yeah, that's just patch.
Yeah, okay. Sorry about that. I didn't see that.
So, couple of things.
Okay, so all of the highway user revenues we get doesn't all get allocated just to paving, street paving. So you need to look at the number in the budget of what you allocated to street paving. Because like, you know what I mean? Like this year, we only allocated what, 123,000, but we got more than that because some of it pays street lights.
Right, there's other things that go towards street maintenance.
So that's what I was just questioning, the 219,000. I didn't remember that as being the line item number for street paving in next year's budget.
All right, I'm looking at that, and then, my question is Center Street.
Well, I brought up about Center Street. I mean, with us doing the sidewalks, do we want to maybe, I just didn't know if, but I know that project's not real close, but I'd hate to have us pave it and then they come tear it up to put in sidewalks.
You're paving for the put it sidewalks.
Well, they're gonna have to do something there because we don't have a place for sidewalks. So they're gonna have easements.
They'll put them with the Boston side. That's what the engineers want to live down there.
Okay,
They won't go on this side because there's drains over there on the other side.
okay,
They'll be on Doug Boston's side. And what I did was I gave you a list from 1 through 10. You don't have to do all the
Okay.
streets. They were just the 10.
Oh, I thought you had them in order of how.
Yeah, number 1's the worst.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Damn.
that's what Center
Center
Street
Street's
too,
number
and that's
two.
what I was worried about was, I didn't want, you know what I mean, us to pave and then it get messed up by doing a sidewalk.
How much rental about it too?
Well, I also was thinking, we don't want to encourage buses to go down that street either by having a nice.
They
branded
won't be
street.
like Center.
It's very rough. When you get up around Great Plains stuff, it's falling apart. It's bad shape over there.
Buses are going down there now.
There is a couple.
There's a couple that still came through.
They're not doing like- they're not doing like- Well, you know what it meant.
There are still a couple that will sneak through there, and it's usually when it gets really congested in the morning is what I've noticed. So I'm thinking, once we get that bypass in there, it should fix it. It should.
Get rid of it.
You guys let me know how much money you have there, what you want to do, and I'll get it taken care
Okay, no.
of. We have to get it on schedule soon there, because if not, we're gonna be paying next year.
Yeah, so getting those numbers.
But that's
as soon as
revenue.
Possible.
Not what, that's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Okay.
You have to look at your
There's still two
expense
buses.
side. You have to look at the expense side for paving
Which
from
is,
here.
all the other ones coming down.
Because that
Oh,
219
man,
doesn't
that was-
automatically become the same number.
Okay, you all discussed that, get that total for Greg, so he knows what to do, and try to get it done soon so he can get it in. Okay?
I'll
Well,
go.
it's under public works.
Okay, let's move on.
But we still need approval to contract with
Give,
Huntsberry.
I'll make the motion.
To prove if we don't.
I'll make a motion that we're gonna approve Huntsberry when, as soon as Tony finds out the amount, that's how much we'll approve Huntsberry to do.
Contingent on the amount.
Right.
do I have a second?
Just a second.
We have a motion and a second, to give Greg permission to go ahead and schedule Huntsberry. Once Tony finds out the exact amount that he has budgeted. And get started on. Any discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same.
Opposed.
Abstain.
No, I oppose.
Okay, I just asked for an abstention, Mary Lee. So we have, one, have that. Thank you. Recommendation to proceed with, request for proposal, town reservoir replacement project.
Good luck, guys, and thank you.
I'll let you all know when Okay, that's fine.
So the replacement,
great.
we all are aware of the reservoir project, it's nothing new. But we do all know that we did get the permit from MDE so that we can actually go out to bid. The only thing we're waiting on right now is Washington County permits for sediment erosion control, just like everybody else, who I just got finished telling you. I will tell you that the county administrator did reach out to us, to Howard, the other day, asking if there was anything important that the town council wanted to talk with the county commissioners about. And we listed 2 projects, the reservoir and Chase 6. Any help they can give us to get the permits through Washington County. But that being said, we're only about 2 or 3 weeks out from getting the permits from Washington County. We need to bid this project. It's going to take about at least a month to bid because it's almost 100 sheets of 24 by 36 and stuff. So it's to the council, we put it out for bid. Just need your permission to do that. It's a 500-day contract. That's about a year and a half.
Put it out for bid.
Yeah, I recommend you just put it out for bid.
Well, we don't put things out for bid until we talk to you all. We just want to make sure there's no concerns. Because once we pull the trigger on this, then the clock starts ticking because you're gonna have a bid, you're gonna have to approve it, you got a certain amount of time, then you're gonna have to figure out funding and you're gonna start going down the line. So this is, everything's kind of been waiting for this moment. And now you have it. You say go to bid. Now dates are gonna start lining up. You will be within your ARPA requirement, so that's good. You don't have to worry about that. But again, what I'm thinking about is what are our lead times on equipment and the materials and stuff. You know, with the supply chain issues that we've had, might be a 500-day contract, but if they can't get a certain piece of equipment for a year, there's not much you can do. So that's why.
The other trouble too, man. So I should probably ask this off the record, but how do we make sure our contractors that we have spoken to about this are aware that it's out for bid?
As soon as you tell me it's going out for bid, they get the call. I've already sent to 4 or 5 major contractors that do this kind of work. I already sent them the plans that weren't approved by MDE, just so they can kind of start looking at it. Because again, it takes a lot of time to bid something like this. It's a big commitment if you get the job, so it takes a lot of time. So the more time you can give them, the more bidders we get. The more bidders we get, the better prices we get. So I've reached out to Callis, Kinsley, Conewago, HRI, and there was one other, Hetzer.
So I had suggested to Tony and the mayor, when this thing gets awarded, we should get billed for 25% up front, so we can get rid of that ARP money and get it reported.
Well, they'll do that because the first thing they'll do is they'll do what's called mobilization.
Yeah.
Mobilization, for lack of a better term, is kind of a fudge factor that's kind of like an advance payment contract.
Here, that's what we have in mind.
Because you'll have a contract you can show to ARRP, you can show them the amount of the contract, the funds are completely encumbered, and it will be completed on a such and such day. There are liquidated damages of $1,000 a day.
That's such a little amount in this ARP scheme, they won't even.
And the other reason is that we have to do a special audit
Yeah.
on the ARPA money, so if it doesn't get used incomplete, then that's 2 audits that we need to have.
We have a motion on the floor to recommend put the job out for bids. Have a second.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same, abstained, motion carries. The order, press change order.
Okay, so there was a change order that came about during construction. What the guys noticed, and Pete certainly chime in anytime you want. One of the things that they noticed was that the tractor trailers that get the sludge, when they come, and let me pull up a picture so that you guys can see this, otherwise. So this is your wastewater treatment. Okay, do you see this pond here? You see this pond here? These are little micro retention ponds that you're required to do now to keep the Chesapeake Bay. Okay? What Pete noticed and the operators noticed is when the tractor trailer backs up into here and pumps out of these sludge tanks, okay? And then it drives out, and it goes like this, okay? But his wheel marks were coming right to the front of the door. He couldn't make the turn without coming that close, which we quickly realized. Once those ponds go in, that tractor trailer is never going to be able to get back out of there once it gets in there. Now, we're going to have a dewatering press. It's going to be doing most of the dewatering of the sludge. But there are going to be times when the machine has to be serviced or something happens that you're going to have to haul the sludge the old way. So you have to take into account how is it going to get there. So we first tried to get an exemption from having to put the ponds in the first place because it goes from these two ponds here into this pond that exists into a new pond that we created over here where we did all this stuff. County wouldn't give us a waiver. So we asked, can we move the ponds? And they said, yes, you can move the ponds as long as they still have the area that they need. And this is the turnaround, turnaround. But this dewatering change order, you will see in here that they're moving the ponds. Do you see the blue there? So the blue is where they were going to be, and now we're putting them where the red is. So we're tucking them beside the building because that's where all the spouting comes off anyway. That's what it's treating in the first place. So we were able to get them to move that. But to move those ponds costs a certain amount of money. That amount of money is around $13,000, I think. No. No, they had to put the two ponds in anyway. We're just telling them you got to put it in someplace different. So the official change order will come before the board to sign and officially approve. I'm just letting you know this is coming and why. And if you have questions or you want to see, or you want to know why it happened or whatever the case might be, I bring it to you first before I bring you something to vote on. That's sort of going to be my thing. I always like to bring you something first to think about before you vote.
So Tony, it's only 13K, but how do you feel about using the ARP money for that?
I mean, it qualifies, but I still have Catherine looking for the day restoration grant for me because we're over budget on this project. And I want to try to get some money for that. And I just got that article that I read in ML. I forwarded it. So, I mean, we have no choice. We have to do this, but I've got to figure out how we're paying for it.
I'm just trying to give you a number.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Let you think about it. I mean, I will tell you that Pete was very frustrated when I asked him about this because from the very beginning, Pete was telling them, make sure you leave room for tractor trailers. The engineer's response was, well, you could get a smaller truck. And we said, stop. Stop. The reason we get and he's right. But now you're going to haul twice as many loads and it doesn't work. And the really big reason was it's Delpax. It's the chemicals for the SBR plant, those big white tanks that he stores them in. The chemicals are very expensive. We buy it in bulk.
Right.
Yearly?
We get 4 times a year.
Yeah,
4 or 5
couple
times
times
a year
a year.
quarterly. So we have it, we get this thing, but it has to be delivered in the big tractor trailer. If you're gonna bring it in on the little public trucks, they're gonna charge it 10 times as much. And that's not why Pete built these things to hold the thing. So it's a little frustrating, but again, as we do these projects and we get a more thorough review before they go out to bid, things like this, we'll try to catch these things and make sure.
So the sewer fund right now has contingency in FY23, FY 24, and we have contingency in FY 25, so we're gonna still try to do things.
But you can also use the food.
And we can, yeah, I mean, we're okay. This is, in the grand scheme, it's a small number, so. thank you. Yep. Yeah, we're good.
It has to be done, or I'll be down there shoveling in the fall.
Hair
by hand.
Tony, you know what your answer should have been? Should have said, you don't get that 150K off.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Chris.
Yes, sir.
Professional consulting and lobbying service fiscal year 2025 from Mano and Associates LLC.
So we already have this budget in,
Yes.
for fiscal year 25. Roger Mano just sent us the official agreement. No increase in costs, same price as last year, 48,000 for the whole year. We just need your blessing.
Well, we've already approved the budget.
It has been, yeah.
I'll make a motion that we approve Mano, his new proposal for an additional year of 48,000. Continue that working relationship.
The motion, we have a second. We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion?
Well, I just would be happier if you provide the, like, report, at least quarterly. I know he's given us this general dollar figure, but I really want to know, I met with so-and-so, or I was attending, you know. this
I'll see him at the end of the month and I'll.
You know what I mean? This, everybody's very vague because this all wasn't,
I
I mean,
agree.
others helped to get that.
Well, he has it broken down, but it'd be nice if we had it.
Well, this is a 2-year span too, you know what I mean? So it's not, yeah, I know, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's out there for 2 years, it's not just past year.
Any other discussion? We have a motion. We have a second.
I'll second.
We have a motion. I think
Ray already did.
Yeah, you go,
We're still here.
we have a motion and a second to renew, Mano and Associates LLC. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Opposed, the same, abstained, motion carries. Maryland Rural Development Corporation, MML, contribution, Catherine Gap.
So every year we give a little bit of money towards their attendance at the MML conference in the summer. I reached out to Catherine. She said it would be a third of the cost of her room, which comes out to around $204. She said that Maryland Rural Development is paying for their conference fee this year. I think in the past that had been split also, but this is she said it'll be around $204.
I don't remember a line item budget for this one.
So in previous times, I'd have to look back. I think it just came out of like training expense.
Okay.
Previous years, Paul would just give me an email from her with an amount on it,
Okay.
and we would just send them a check.
I mean, I'm okay with it, and I'll make a motion.
Yeah, I mean, it's
to do
not-
it,
it's
but
not very-
I think we need to get it onto the budget next year. Well,
I agree. Well, we will be paying them next year, correct?
that is budgeted.
Yeah.
But that's over and above this.
Right.
The $1,000 a month, that is budgeted for FY '25. But this is another
We
expense.
wouldn't take that out of what we budgeted for like MML and training expense
Well,
for
that-
administration.
I think.
That's where it's, yeah.
But I think we just need to quantify it in there, what we spent it on, because I didn't have.
Right, it would be nice to know from her, okay, each year, we'd like a third of the cost of the hotel, or the third of cost of the overall, or something like that.
Well, we have a limit. Yeah, well, we have a
Yeah.
value limit of.
Right, we didn't spend it.
Yeah, I mean,
You say,
I did make a motion, yes.
there's a motion.
What was the dollar amount?
$204.
$204.
There's a motion on the floor to pay $204 for Catherine to go to MML. conference. Do I have a second? Yes, sir. We have a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same, motion carries. Anything else to come to the council? Hearing none, commission report. Park board, Nikki.
Alrighty, unfinished business, tree board update. Jeff is continuing tree maintenance on recently planted trees. Trees at the library and in the field across from the high school baseball field and near post 10 have been completed. Movie update, the first movie, Barbie, was well attended. despite the weather. It was still well attended. Fishing Derby went well. It was well attended. Green Fest update, the event was a success and all trucks were filled. The wagon train update, the event was very well attended. And special thank you to the State Highway for giving permission for the wagon train to go to town. The April Park walkthrough, thanks to the Public Works crew for addressing the issues we found in a timely manner. Follow up on installing the light between pavilions 1 and 2. I don't know if you can do that or not, because I was looking at that and there's a camera, I think, there.
That's, I was okay, there's a camera right there, where they want to put it in, she'll never see.
I just saw that yesterday at that concert. I don't know. Well, I can tell them that,
360 camera.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that's a camera that we use a whole lot, so we could possibly relocate that one to a better location. But there's a fee associated with that. Unfortunately.
I say, but if we don't need a light there then.
Well, I mean, if it's a safety thing for a light, I'd rather see a light than a camera.
But it shouldn't be in there. First of all, people shouldn't be down there.
Point taken, absolutely.
We do not want to encourage people to.
Yeah,
be
let's
working.
encourage people.
Point taken, good point. That camera has to stay.
I brought that. Believe me, I brought it up. Okay. And there was a discussion about installing baby changing stations and trash cans in all the restrooms. They're ordered and they're on their way. Thank you very much. Yeah,
That way you don't have to change your baby on the floor.
yep, no more on the floor. All right, concert updates, the following what? We're on the picnic table, yes, enjoy your food. The following concerts have been scheduled. Of course, June 9th was Jeff Townsend. He was down there, there's a couple of us down there, it was pretty good. Well attended. June 23rd is Gray Matter. June 29th is Rock Creek Revival. July 13th is the Cruisers. July 14th is the Dawn Ricks Band. July 19th is the Hard Swimming Fish.
They're good.
Just sound good.
I'm just searching hard.
July 27th is Josh Cruz and Rowdy Acres. August 2nd is the Navy Cruisers. August 4th is Condenin Brothers Bluegrass. August 24th is Cooking with Gas. August 25th is the Roarsville Band. August 31st is Andrew Janicek Bilgewater Bluegrass. And September 15th is the Mason-Dixon Barbershop Chorus. September 22nd is Lynn Routson and Mark Dorsch and the Missing Years. What we got going on here? Okay, Independence Day update. Everything is in place. The organizations participating are as follows. Mount Nebo.
Direction number 1.
Try again,
I
Ricky.
don't think so.
Well, Mount Nebo is right now.
They weren't as of the park board meeting last month.
Right. Boothsburg Bible Church, the Trinity Church of Christ, Benavola, and the food trucks are Old Chuck Wagon, Keep It Smoking Barbecue, Be There Lemonade and Lattes, and Cousins Maine Lobster. A revised application will be ready for next year's event. The pickle court update, the location has been discussed, and I think I've talked to you guys about that before. New business, board learning trail, somebody broke out all of that, and Laura will address the problem and put the appropriate person, because we got that from
United Way.
And the Schaefer Park rules, and they're still ongoing with that. They're still looking at quite a few. I mean, we got one sign down there that says no pets allowed. We got another one up here that says, yeah, there's pets.
You can only bring them so far.
And at the carnival, we did have a goat, so that was cool. on a leash. Yeah. So our next meeting is at June 26th at Schaefer Park at 7 o'clock. Be there.
Anybody have any questions for Ricky? Hearing none. Then for fiscal utilities.
Okay, so the BMUC did not meet last month. We were trying to get rescheduled and it ended up being rescheduled for June 12th, which we talked about a little earlier. We're gonna have the meeting at the wastewater treatment plant, 6 o'clock with the demo of the new dewatering press. I'm sure that everybody has seen the emails. We're very sad to hear that Stu Mullendorf did resign from the BMUC as the chair due to some health concerns. And we wish him well and a well-deserved retirement finally. But for sure, we're going to miss him. I will note that the BMUC's charter states that we will do new appointees in the next, in the next cycle. So Colin is the assistant chair for this current meeting, but we'll be electing new chairs at the meeting anyway. So that's everything on the BMUC. But on another note, the end of the month is MML. So I'll be attending MML on June 23rd through June 26th. So I won't be around for the workshop.
We don't have a workshop.
Okay, good. I won't be here anymore. And then also, I am tentatively going to be out of town July 1st through July 9th. So I may not make it back from Florida, but we'll see what the flight is. So I might zoom in for that meeting. So I'll let you know more. That's it.
Should we do a proclamation or something for students?
Probably good.
You know what I mean?
If you want to
Do it,
relax.
and we'll present it to him. Have a great Wednesday evening.
He's not.
Next month, Mayor. Sorry, I wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
That gives you a little longer time.
Thank you.
Can you swallow now?
I swallowed.
I wasn't thinking that. That wasn't my intention. I was gonna be nice to honor him for making it first.
Planning commission. Eric?
Yes, let me put the glasses back on here. So we did not meet last month either.
You gotta put your glasses on to say that?
Yeah. I can read something. So we didn't meet scheduling conflicts and settlement. But pertinent to the planning commission, the utilities commission, and other things, I represented Howard at the Boonesboro Keysville Water Board, and Tony was there as well. And we finally got nailed down this thing about available taps and how we're going to track them going forward. I have a handout here. The first I'll talk about it for a minute because if you hand it out for that list. So right now, we have 92 taps available. 92 between Boonesboro and Keysville both. This is based off of Pete giving us some good numbers. We're going to update this on a quarterly basis. Because as we all know, when the new reservoir comes on, we should have more available because we don't have a leak. And when the new well comes on, we should have more available, which will raise Pete's reliable numbers. So the 92 that right now today we have available already does take into account the commitments we've made, which I'll read them off to you real quick. TTK has 18, Easter Day has 8, Dean South has 56. Battlefield Estates right beside me has 48, and there's a couple of other odd ends down here. So 92 available. I'll show you how we came up with this math. And Tony, if you want to add to that, what did I miss?
Nothing, and I did send this out to the mayor and council earlier, with a little bit of a recap from the last water board meeting. And I attached a copy of the EDU calculation. So And basically what Gene Holloway and we all agreed on is that our permitted capacity, our production capacity, and our available capacity are a lot of different numbers. And the best way to come up with our available EDU is to be looking at our reliable capacity. So if you look at box 1, that will give you all the way out to the right. What we actually have is what we call reliable capacity. And then we use a 5-year average of our withdrawal, and using the guidelines of 250 gallons per day is what an EDU is equivalent to. I don't think there's anybody on our system that uses 250 gallons a day, but that's okay because that gives us another built-in cushion, so to speak. And then if you just keep following the calculations down, you'll see where we took out 10% for reserve, so that even though we have capacity, we still want to have reserve in capacity for emergencies and fire and whatever. Then there's also 60 in reserve for Keysville. And then like Eric has spoke about, we've got the other ones that are not paid for, but these are taps that we know are coming along. And we still have an EDU surplus of 92 moving forward. So this is another living document. It's going to be updated on a quarterly basis. If the well of Schaefer Park ever gets on board and up and running, it's going to change capacity. It's going to change reliable capacity. So those numbers you'll see change on a quarterly basis. And as this gets updated, we're going to try to keep the council updated on where we are, as well as the water.
Okay, I don't see King Road.
We took them off.
They're not, they're done. They have to do a new agreement.
Their agreement was null and void.
They're null.
Okay.
That's what our attorney has determined. They have never heard what they're going to do.
They're
Okay,
done.
okay.
That's how we ended up, because that was one of the points in there. As simple as this thing looks, it took us a hell of a long
I
time to get
understand.
here. And King Road had us,
In the
deficit. Yeah.
Well, but we're still in deficit if Easter egg, TGK developed out, but claims we don't have enough for that. That's why I was wondering about
It
the
depends.
too.
Depends on
Yeah, but it depends on the well and
That's
the
the
reservoir
And
and
that's why
the
we
other.
asked to update this quarter rate. I think we have a model here. It's really good we had to get here. As simple as it looks, we just had to be here. The King Road never got back to us after we had the meeting, all to let us know what they're gonna do, where they're gonna sell it, where they're gonna keep it, what they're gonna do. They haven't said a word. So as of right now, we just consider.
Right, but they would be potential
Good potential.
developed area one.
You-
That we don't.
Well, we wish they would give us some kind of food because they did promise ground for now. Still like to keep that if possible. Drew, you got anything that I missed there? You want to throw in?
No, sir.
You don't have to call me sir. Other questions are there? Hearing on EDC, right?
Yes, sir. No meeting since April. We do have one on the 26th coming up. We have a breakfast, that'll be July 18th. Guest speaker to be determined. We did have our last networking breakfast, which was at Sandmar on the 23rd. Some of us were there. Very nice. Nice to be back in the fold. Third quarter rack cards are coming out. Reorg takes care of that. That'll be, it should be out here pretty soon. Boonesboro Town Alliance, I'm not going to go over. I got a bunch of stuff here, but heard from the horse's mouth. And food truck festival plans are moving forward, and the fourth annual Boonesboro Food Truck Festival is going to be Sunday, September 1st, 12 to 6 in Schaefer Park.
September what?
Labor Day.
Well,
First Sunday. I think it's gonna, it should be a completion, but if they have not some contact. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, if we don't have a guest speaker, I'm pretty sure we're not. We're gonna put a red bird or something. So, that's it.
Okay, thank you, sir. Anybody have any questions for Ray? Here, none. Environmental Commission, Chair.
Well, I guess Ricky and I are the only ones who have meetings anymore, so I will give a report. The environmental commission met on May 8th. They are going to be, at the farmer's market, they're going to promote plastic-free July. I don't know what that is about, but compost drop-off is still going strong and being used. Pickup is on Wednesdays. We're working on the glass crusher grant still. June 12th, we meet, and their master gardener is going to be there to discuss pollinators. Let's see, there was a study that where is the most plastic coming from? 100,000 volunteers found that 56 companies contributed to half of the plastic waste. Coke was the #1 contributor. All town council, they were proud of us being present at farmers market opening day. They were approved for a shed for the farmer's market. It could take 6 to 8 weeks. It's going to be provided by Myers Barn Shop, and it's going to match the garden shed also. And they need the street sweeper to sweep the parking lot at the farmer's market.
Already set up,
Okay.
starting Monday.
And we meet Wednesday.
Street sweeper will be in town Monday, the 17th.
Are you?
We are putting signs back up. Craig's got them left over from last time we did it. We're not gonna find people the first 2 months, month of June and July. But after that, starting in August, they'll have too much. Kim's gonna put it out on the website, and we will start having police officers go with them and tag cars that are going. This is just Main Street, Main Street only.
So
Side
June
streets
and July, you're not going to find. And what's the date it starts?
starts Monday, June 17th.
Okay. How are they going to know that besides a sign going up on the street? Are you
Kim's
gonna-
putting it on the website.
Some people don't read that.
Oh, there's gonna be signs up on the street.
They should see a
Street
street sweeper driving through town.
But they will not, they'll be in the next newsletter too, but they won't- they'll not get charged the first 2 months.
All right.
We'll give them 2 months credit.
They're already putting them up. I'll make sure.
Anyway,
Right in front.
right in front of her driveway.
Anybody else have any questions of Terry for environmental? Anybody else have anything to bring forward to the council tonight?
Oh, the trash collecting thing, well, how are we gonna handle that?
How is that gonna be? That's coming up here soon, like people to know their trash can's gonna get changed out and the new night, I gotta train my husband.
An extra night, right?
Go out and pick them up.
Everybody's
So-
sitting out there on Monday night till Tuesday night.
To my understanding, Apple Valley has not given me their pickup date yet. And J&J has not given me their push out date yet. So.
So how will you let the residents know, I guess is my first question.
I will stand on Main Street with a board.
Council's gonna go door to door and there's,
Because you're gonna get a lot of
They're not
phone
gonna
calls.
pick up the trash and recycle until Wednesday.
Everything will be switched to Wednesdays.
So they have Monday and Tuesday to get us our cans.
Yep.
Apple Valley will probably take Thursday. They'll pick up on Tuesday. They'll probably come back probably Thursday and Friday and pick up all the containers.
So it should start July 3rd.
No,
Correct.
it's all- no,
No,
it's
it's
not.
not.
Day before holiday.
So our first pickup should be July 3rd.
And that's the night of the fireworks too.
Oh, I'm just trying to keep you from getting a lot of phone calls. We might want to just do a phone call thing, let everybody know.
But not everybody's on the emergency number. That would help. You'll have to contact Steve and J&J.
I would maybe ask Keysville how they handled the change, or another town who's recently switched, maybe they could give a tip how they let the residents know. And
Probably Brunswick would be better because they're bigger than Keys.
Right.
Yeah.
just, yeah, ask somebody who's recently switched what they did, what headache, if they had recommendations of what you would.
Okay. I know when we switched from Allied, or well, no, it was Waste Management to Apple Valley, they did a couple weeks of pickup.
Yeah.
They came through like 1 week and did the first pickup of cans, and then there was a lot of people that didn't put them out there, and so they came back through again to pick them up
Didn't they
again.
stage them down at the park? Wasn't there cans staged down at the park for a little period of time and then they delivered them or something?
I think what they did was they, help me, Greg, didn't they bring them all in and then, yeah, I think that's what they did. Yep.
I thought I remember it being down.
Mhm.
Yeah, 'cause we were going around picking them up from residents' houses and putting them in the park. Was it missed?
Come spring. Yeah, they could just keep the containers and put a new sticker on them, buy it, like, great.
We'll make contact with Steve out of the valley. And see
Yeah.
what's going on and get hold of J&J too. Okay. Anybody else have anything?
Drew doesn't do anything all day.
Okay, need a motion to go into executive session as provided under General Sufficient Article 305B1 subsection I to discuss the appointment, employment, assessment, promotion, discipline, motion, compensation, or resignation, or performance, evaluation of some employees or officials over as jurisdiction. Motion.
So moved.
A second.
Could you repeat that?